Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Path of Exile. KageKaze with the Claw Shadow here, about to move on. We are here at the Prisoner's Gate, using the waypoint that we obtained last time. I am ready to give this Flicker Strike a few chances here and see how it works out. Now, I have no way of getting the charges I need to bypass the cooldown, but I still think it'll be kind of fun. So what do we have here? Let me go ahead and pull up the actual gem here. Teleports to a nearby monster, attacks it with a melee weapon if no specific monster is chosen. One is picked at random. Cooldown. What have we got? This level 1, mana cost 11, 2-second cooldown. Okay, so 2 seconds. I can work with that, and it allows me to get into combat quickly. I think this will be an excellent addition to my repertoire. Let's find some monsters to make this happen, shall we? Ho ho! Went right through him. Alright, this is the dangerous part. This is where we start fighting Highland Hellions. Allow me to mention that I don't like Highland Hellions. Why? Because they blow up. Haha! That works out quite nicely when trying to get behind one of those guys. Alright, let's go ahead and use a potion. I still have Whirling Blades, so that's probably a good way to move around still. Until I can get Flicker Strike leveled up, maybe. Oh, get out of the fire, get out of the... Ah! Thankfully I've still got some decent health regeneration happening here. Oh. Take about half their health in a single Flicker Strike, eh? Hi, how's it going? So if I don't want to be bothered to pick a target, I can just... boom, and there we go. Target picked for me. In this case, I've got a lot of targets, so I can just do that. I like it! Ooh, Alteration Orb. Yeah, I really need to start getting my life regeneration, I think. Gonna work my way towards it. It's going to happen eventually. Oh, don't stand in the fire! I don't care if you're getting life per hit. Armor and evasion. Armor and energy shield. I'm gonna start looking for energy shield items as well, I think. Maybe not right away. But it's something I'm going to be moving towards if I'm considering getting Chaos Inoculation. And Ghost Reaver. Specifically Ghost Reaver. Level up! And you can see most of my gems are getting very close to leveling. So what's great about this is I can kind of get away and then go back in if I really want to. That's kind of cool, actually. I suppose it's also helpful if I'm standing in something like killing him and it's making me stand in fire. I can use it to try and get away. Yes, I'm going to have to get used to it, but that's pretty cool. It'll be easier to use, I think, as I get charges for Frenzy, because then I can just bypass the cooldown and zip around the battlefield really quick. For now, Whirling Blade seems to work out really well for me. Combine that with my dual strike here. Oh, get some mana back. Health. Health is just red mana, right? Yeah, that'll work. Anything good? Not so far.
Find your own way and land, Exile.
Oh ho ho. Well, that's pretty cool. I think the last time I was here and I recorded it, that whole sequence wasn't there where she runs in and tells me to find my own way in. Wow. And I remember the spikes being here, but now I actually get to see them come up. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and use my next point, I think. We'll go ahead and continue the damage while dual wielding. We are going to move towards the maximum frenzy charges. So I'll have that ready once I get frenzy, and then move towards my raker abilities. Well, this place is closed off, and as you... Actually, you can't see it here, apparently. In the beta, last time I played, it showed a path going off the map, indicating it would go into Act 2. And once you got this event to trigger, it kind of showed the path, but with a broken... kind of broken lines in it. Minor issue, minor thing, not really even needed to be there, I suppose. I just thought it was kind of cool that it did that. It kind of gave you false hope that you were going to get to the next act, and then it says, nope, sorry, Brutus is not the end boss for this act. No, he is merely a stepping stone, a means to an end, not the end itself. Aha! And a level. Ooh, what did I get? Double strike and dual strike. Leveling up pretty much together now. A bastard sword for me, the bastard. Oh, come on. Hit, thank you. That's something I'm going to probably have to be careful of, honestly. Accuracy. I wasn't sure how much accuracy was going to be needed, but I think a lot of the claw passes I plan to pick up are going to give me more accuracy, so I'll have to keep an eye on that in the future as well as I progress. I don't want this to be like a D2 situation. In Diablo 2, one thing I ran across when I tried to do a melee character was not being able to hit a damn thing in Act 4. Mainly because my attack rating was too low and I didn't realize how important it was. Memories. Nothing but memories. More dead goats. Dead shaman. Ooh, a chest with nothing in it. Disappointing. Disappointing. Ouch. Alright, so this is going to actually be a fairly large area. You can kind of already tell. Then again, I think a lot of the areas at this point are large. I haven't played through Act 3 yet, quite honestly. I've kind of held off on playing this game aside from doing the recording lately. Other projects, of course, too. So I haven't seen exactly how big Act 3 is, even though I am in Act 3 now with one of my characters. But I've heard it is massive. Can I just, Nope, no teleporting here. Trying to hit Q and it's just not doing anything. So if I just hold Q... Hold on, let me try this. I'm going to hold Shift. And Q is just making me attack. It's not actually doing flicker. Apparently... You need a line... Okay. Apparently I need a line of sight to my target. Go ahead and clear the map. So I need to actually be able to get to the position. I can't just... It's not... Well, it's a teleport, but it's probably one of those mechanics where, even though it's a teleport, it needs to act like you can actually walk to that location. Like, if it can actually calculate how you would walk there, then I can use it. Oh, that was not intentional. Ah, get out, get out, get out, get out. Teleport! Haha! Teleport! Haha! I'm enjoying that far too much. Alright, Whirling Blades getting level 4. I was about to say I think I'm in the right direction, but I could just very well prove myself wrong. Oh, hello, big boy. The Burning Menace. A menace indeed. So, teleport. Haha. And away and teleport. Potion, potion, potion. That was pretty cool. Alright, there we go. I healed through a bit of that damage. It wasn't too bad. Orb of Transmutation. I really don't want to step in that. Come on. Sheesh, it's still burning. Menace. Oh, Ruby Ring. Armor and Energy Shield. I prefer Dodge and Energy Shield, but we'll make it work, I think. We'll make it work. Energy Shield gloves. With some quality rating on them. Now there's something I need to try and consider and try to keep in my mind as I'm playing. Now I don't remember exactly what the recipes give me. I'll have to look them up. But there are recipes where if you use a certain amount of quality items, I think it's like you have to get a maximum of 40% quality across all the items that you're selling to a vendor, and it gives you a specific kind of orb, and I just don't remember off the top of my head what it is. I'll find out. I'll probably come back with that information. It's alright. For now, doing okay. I'm taking more damage than I was hoping I would for this area, but it's not so much that I can't get a bit of it back as I fight. And of course, I can typically use a potion to heal up. As you can see, I actually got back to full health there after killing a few goatmen. So far the claws are working. I definitely would like to get more attack speed. In fact, I think of all the nodes for my claws, if I have to bypass any, ones I will want to make sure I keep are going to be attack speed ones. And accuracy, apparently. Hello. Nice shatter, nice shatter. So many weak goats. Now I must fight the strong dogs. No, do not burn me. No. If you do not burn me, then good things may come to you. I will feed you other goats. You would like that, would you not? Yeah, maybe not. Hello? Fear Slasher the Crazed. Down like a sack of potatoes. Alright, now I've explored a good chunk of this area right here, but I went back, made a few gear changes. I found myself a oiled vest here to give myself a little bit more energy shield. I want to start working towards that, because eventually I'm going to need energy shield for the build I want to make, and I want to make sure I get some decent items. Keeping the evasion rating if I can as well, to try and prevent the energy shield loss. But what I did when I did that, I replaced the chest piece that had 2 green sockets on it. So what I've done is I've taken, I'll switch weapons here, double strike, and I've put it here on my weapon. Now, this should still gain experience while it's on my person. That's something I wanted to go over real quick. Even though it's on a second weapon set, and I don't get the ability unless I'm using that weapon. So if I swap out here, notice I've got dual strike. If I swap out, I don't have dual strike because it's on my claw. So, even though I don't get to use the ability, because the gem is socketed on my equipment, it's leveling. Now, if it gets experience off of the equipment, I don't believe it does. I'm fairly certain it doesn't. Something I could easily look into by carrying a gem around with me, I suppose. But besides that, I've got this wonderful ruby ring that's going to help me out here due to these dogs in the fire. 28% fire resistance on the ruby ring. It's also got 3 to 5 physical and 4% to all elemental resistances. I will probably be replacing my maximum mana here with that, I believe. 20 mana kind of sucks to lose early on, but that's okay. I haven't been using a ton of it. Not looking too bad. I like the oiled vest on the shadow. Hello? Oh, hi. How are you? Alright, I've lost the energy shield. I could always, like, go away and try and get it back. You see there, it takes a little bit of time. Not something I could really rely on as a melee. So, energy shield, regeneration time might be something to consider. Of course, once I have Ghost Reaver, that might not be an issue anymore. Quite honestly. Oh, armor and evasion rating, eh? Just can never seem to find quite the gear I want. That's okay, random is random. We will deal with it and we'll be fine. So I've got another point. It looks like I will be going down this way. I want to go for the Raker abilities quickly, and then what I'll probably do is once I've got those to give me health back, I'll start worrying about my defenses. I do want to go up this way, I believe, for more critical strike chance, and of course this is a critical strike multiplier that's really good to have. That will help with the damage, especially with the Raker abilities. And then I'll be looking at nullification here and here. Both of these abilities will give me 10% increase evasion, 10% maximum energy shield, and 10% increase energy shield cooldown recovery, as well as 10% resistances. So these are very good defensive nodes, and I'm going to be going for both of them. And as you can see, I will get more evasion and energy shield as I go. This is why I will be looking for hybrid gear. Now I can get energy shield cooldown recovery here. Give myself 20%. That might be good to go into early, but I'm not sure if it's something I'm going to worry about for the long term, looking to get Ghost Reaver, because I'll always be getting energy shield back. It's a thought, because getting energy shield back, even if I'm going to be mostly getting it from Ghost Reaver, is something that's nice if I'm out of combat, and then I don't have to worry about waiting too much between encounters. I just really like that Whirling Blades ability, honestly. It's like having Merciless Assault. Nothing like just charging through enemies over and over and over again until they die. See that? Death. Lots of fire. And goats jumping into my claws. Isn't that nice of them? I don't even have to come to them. They come to me. It's like they want it. They come to me saying, "Please! Please, big bad adventurer, stab me with your claws. I wish to be eviscerated. Thank you." Yes. Oh, did I not put my point in? I did not. Dexterity for everyone. Mostly me. Okay, no one but me. I don't care if anyone else gets dexterity, it's mine. Ooh, look at that. Lots of magical shaman down there. And they love jumping up to me, so that's I will oblige them. Ooh, wait, Tarnished Mask, hold on. Oh, I thought I killed that one, that was just a crit. Evasion, Energy Shield, oh, that's just the same mask as I had before. That's Armor and Evasion. Why did I get that? Because it was lightning resistant, I think. Had a decent amount of Armor and Evasion. Ooh, another Portal Scroll, thank you. Need those. 4 energy shield, not entirely worried about it with only 4. I think the armor and evasion is helping me out earlier here. See, I'm not too focused on energy shield this early on, just because I don't have the Reaver and I don't have the skills to buff it just yet. Once I get ready to buff it, I will want to make sure that my gear is in a state that I can transition. That's kind of important, honestly. There is a lot of passives on the tree for Path of Exile that you want to be mindful of when to get it. Ooh, hold on. I picked up these gloves with 13 energy shield. What does this have? 3? It's 10 less, but it gives me evasion and it has a green on it. And here we can see that is getting a bit of experience. It's kind of slow going, being level 5. But it is going up. If I compare Double Strike here, it's around the end of the 2 at the 12%. And look at, not Flicker, Dual Strike here, it's right around the same spot. And since they're leveling at the same time, that shows me that, yeah, it's getting experience, it's fine. 3958 compared to, what, 3958? Yeah, they leveled at the same time, so they're getting the same experience. So there you go. Proof that swapping weapon sets still gives you experience on the items, or on the gems that are socketed on the sub-weapons. So you can see, because they're here on the inventory sheet, they actually show up, so there is that. So going into skills really quick, when I'm not being assaulted by goats, sit down, go away. Alright, what kind of ones would you want to be careful about? Let's see. So blood magic, you know, there's a good one. Remove all mana, spend life instead of mana. You know, you want to make sure, do you have the life to be able to handle using your life for spells? You know, if you don't have a lot of life, something like blood magic might not be great. And of course you have to consider combinations. I mean, let's use a fairly obvious one. Blood magic is obviously not going to work with Chaos Inoculation because your life becomes 1. Now, Chaos Inoculation is going to work wonderfully with a ability that I think I want to get. Or that I've heard about, that I'm pretty sure I will get if I get Chaos Inoculation. Fairly certain I will. It's still kind of up in the air. Like I said, the build is kind of a work in progress. There is a support gem, I believe, that increases all damage you do as long as you have full health. So with Chaos Inoculation, I'm always at full health because I only have 1 health. Now, the ability... My original thoughts were to get this, Pain Attunement, 30% more spell damage when low on life, but I had a feeling it wouldn't work, and I looked into it, and I know now for sure that it will not work, mainly because 30%, or sorry, low on life counts as like 35% of your health. If you're at 1 hit point, even though technically 1 hit point is low life, you're actually at full life, because you're at 1 of 1. You're not at a percentage. So it doesn't count. The raw number isn't what's important. It's the actual percentage of your health. Ah, the ship graveyard.
I'm usually the one making the ghosts. Someone's been busy.
Confident, is he? Nothing this way. So here we go. Kind of a eerie place, is it not? Lots of wood, driftwood here from the crashed ships. There's like sparks in the air, like floating green pieces. Kind of ethereal. Spiritual, perhaps? Are those the souls of the departed? Like will-o-wisps or something like that. Alright, looks like we found the next location fairly early. Very good. Or at least the next quest. Thankfully, ghosts are not immune to good old-fashioned fist to the face. Ah, Captain Fairgraves.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. Yes, 'tis I, Captain Sigmund Fairgraves, wave-tamer, pirate-bane, and conveyor of civilization to barbaric lands. So, what am I doing here, apart from blowing my own bugle? I'm marooned, languishing, thanks to a pair of pretty blue eyes. Stuck fast in the filthy mud of Rayclast, thanks to one sultry little slave girl. I liberated her from the flesh pits of Trathos, and she repaid me in full with sleight of hand and swift feet. Turned the coat of my first mate, took my hard-earned all-flame, and with it the wind out of me sails. Find my all-flame, I beg of you. Till I feel its warmth again, I'm trapped here, high and dry, until the sun's final setting.
Alright, we are off to find the all-flame for Fairgraves. Now, when I first came here, I found it rather suspicious that in a place that is a ship's graveyard, there is one ship that is still around, that's in one piece, possibly set sail, one person that's still alive in this area of the undead and forsaken. I suppose it's not spoiling too much of a plot point to say that Fairgraves' existence here is very suspect. In fact, if you've seen the other videos, you know for sure that's not a plot point spoiler, because hey, you know what's gonna happen. Haha, spoilers, wink wink, nudge nudge. Oh, what's this? Armor evasion. No. 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 Pass. Alright. Found the waypoint at least, a bit further up. Just not too far from Fairgraves, actually. So I've got a way back here very quickly. Very good. Alright, not too far off from Fairgraves, I have actually found the ship graveyard cave. And this is where we will find the All-Flame. You see that it's slightly off to the side, only one level higher currently, level 13 to the 12s we were facing before. So they will be of my level. This place is dangerous though. I already know I'm not going to like this. This is where the Flicker Strike mobs live. Thankfully I can Flicker too. Wasn't too bad. Normally I get assaulted by quite a few of them right away. Oh, hello. Yeah. How's it going? So you can do that. Whoa, what was that? Oh dear. Quickly heal up, heal up, heal up. Oh no! That is why I don't like these things. I used 2 potions and I still died from it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why I am not in a hardcore league. Even though you don't die permanently, you just get knocked into the regular league. But still, that's frustrating. I knew it was coming. I decided to go ahead and use 2 potions to try and counteract it, but because there were so many of them, it didn't matter how quickly I ran, because Flicker Strike would find me and ensure that my spleen was pierced by multiple swords. Yes, I'm just a tiny bit bitter. Tiny bit. It's like, hey! Nice hardcore character you've got there. It'd be a shame if something were to teleport on top of it and kill it instantly. Yes. Total shame. Hey! Evasion and energy shield here. Excellent. What do I have here? 14 evasion. That's much more evasion. Much more energy shield as well, because this has none. Aha. And unfortunately does not have the green slot that I would really want for holding on to the abilities I'm using. I am not really using Flicker Strike a lot, so I could possibly use it in order to help me out a bit. And just put Flicker Strike somewhere else. And just put Whirling Blades where Flicker Strike is right now. It's possible, but I really don't think I need the energy shield just yet. Like I said, it's one of those things where I have to consider where my transition is going to be. Oh, jeez. You know what? 2 can play that. Alright, I'm going to just use 2 potions now. And yes, there we go. Just kind of... There we go.
Feeling a bit short on mana.
Whirling blades through them like crazy, like a blender. Cutting for the very first time. I don't even know why I went with that reference. Yeah, see that? They just come right in. They're jerks. They're arseholes. They're very much not pleasant people. Are they? Be the scum of the sea, they be. Teleporting upon your keelhaul and something nautical terms and references that I don't understand. Uh-oh. Oh no, 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 no! Right then. Do yourselves a favor. If you've got a hardcore character, keep him out of here. As I said, if you've got a hardcore character, keep him out of here. I used all 3 of my potions twice, and they just kept Flicker Striking on me. I'm going to probably have to splinter them off in order to make this work. There you go. 1 little 2. Little 3. Little Flicker Strikes. There we go. That's how we do it in Rayclast! We make sure they die painfully. Very painfully. Ooh, another medium-like flask. I think I can use that. Yes, that one's a small. Might have helped earlier. Actually, you know what? Hold on to that. I can sell it. So yes, with this cave, getting a big group of those guys is horrible. And as you can see, something you need to plan for. Play very defensively, play very carefully. It's rather sad that I went through multiple periods of death already. I was kind of hoping to do better than that. Oh well. I never claimed to be the best player. Uh-oh. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, come on. Just pull back. They've got a 2-second delay on it. Get out of line of sight. They have to use the same rules that we do when it comes to using skills. If it's line of sight, I can go around a corner. Sheesh. Cursed mariners, huh? Kill me a few more times, I'll be cursing at the mariners. Like a sailor! Oh no! Alright, get away. Okay, hold on. There we go. I've got it. Oops. Okay. Whoa! Okay, I didn't think he would be able to do it that fast. Okay. Alright, I'm whittling it down. Whittling it down. There we go. Whew. God damn! I dislike them with a raging passion. Ugh, seriously. Back off. That's it. I'm done with you. This cave is just full of these things. Oh great, and these ones are blue. Alright, we got a gym level. And a character level. What level? Flicker Strike. Level 2. Nothing good here. Alright, where are we going to go with this? Physical damage, accuracy rating, physical damage, attack speed. That's really going to be nice. I think I really need to get the health leech before I worry about it, though. Going to be getting a few pieces of dexterity here as we go along. So, since it's 10, at the very least, that gives me 2% evasion with each node I pick up. So that's good. There's that. And there's a dead mariner. Re-dead. Dead again. Not bad. Not bad. Anything changing on Flicker Strike with that? Alright, gonna just go ahead and grab that ring. It's small. Only one slot in the inventory. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Getting surrounded, and with some of them being Flicker Strikers, that's, yeah. Get away, so I can kind of pick them off one by one. Use my life leech appropriately. Apparently they've got Frost Nova. But I was able to... Yep, I was able to get them all. Excellent. The life leech on the gloves is actually working out very nicely. That's why I can't wait to get better gloves. The +3 on each attack is really good. And then if I can get the ability to leech back percentage of damage, it'll be even more. And I'll be able to kind of semi-tank, really, by doing damage. I shall use my life leech to sustain myself on the creep. Oh, wait. Wrong game. Wrong game. I suppose the theory is the same, though. Oh, that needs more strength than I have, though. Decent quality on it, though. Ooh, we found the large chest. Haven't found the all-flame yet. Anything good here? Armor and evasion. Armor... You know what? I'm looking at items here. Please. Excuse me. Rude. No, I'm not seeing... Nope, nope. Let's get out of here. Bloody things. Really? Are ye be getting the pointy end on my claws? Wow. That went all over the place. Ignore that. Don't mind me, I love to confuse accents apparently. Do it all the time, really? Really? Oh, cold. I hate you. I hate you! I don't hate you as much as the Flicker Strike guys, though. Well, this is it. Here we go. Moving towards the end of the area. Try and get rid of the... There we go. Yeah, let's get rid of the rabble first. So this is Strangle Charm. Resist fire, casts Life Nova, does cold damage, and it slows. There we go. Leather belt. An amulet. Wow, 3 red socket and linked bow. Not bad. Well, there's a slave girl. Guess she didn't get too far. Distilled from naked ambition and unfettered obsession, the all-flame emits a silvern warmth like no other, and engulfs those moths fool enough to embrace it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's return to Optimus Prime with the Allspark. Sir Optimus, I have the Allspark for you.
My Allflame. My blessed, damned Allflame. Oh, you want your moment in the firelight now, do you? Unfortunately, necessity is what it is, and for the Allflame to give life, it must first be kindled with life. And since suitable kindling is in short supply around these parts, I have little option but to make do with what I have. Namely, you. Please understand that as a gentleman of honor, it pains me greatly to do this. Hard times call for hard hearts. I'm sure, were the circumstances reversed, you'd do precisely the same.
Oh dear, that was kind of creepy, wasn't it? Alright, let's get the energy shield back up for now.
I almost feel sorry for you, Fairgraves. Dying twice can't be fun.
Lord Fairgraves has fallen. Now I, Starscream, am leader of the Decepticons.
Well, nothing good here. So, I've killed Captain Fairgraves, I can get the Bestel to town for a reward. What else do I have the way forward? Emperor's Road, At least the forest has been blocked. Find another way around. Okay, still got that. Well, I guess that means I go back to town now.
Mervale dwells somewhere in the caves beyond the wrecks in Siren's Cove. I've lost too many friends to her sickly sweet words. Leave Mervale be. We can only hope she continues to return the favour.
Fairgraves was a good man, a fine explorer. He opened the door to many a new world, for better or for worse, usually for worse when it came to the natives. There's some peace in the knowledge that he now rests where he should. Let's not speak of Fairgraves again, shall we? He was an inspiration to many. 'Twould be a shame to spoil a good hero.
Ooh, and that gave me a passive skill point. Excellent.
Still alive, are we?
Right, so it may not have been any kind of item, but a passive skill point is definitely welcome as it gets me one step closer to my maximum frenzy charges. Of course, it would be nice to get frenzy, wouldn't it? Yes, I feel that will come soon, though. Need not worry too much. In the meantime, let's see if we got anything good. We've got a hate strap leather belt, which gives maximum life. I have one that gives physical damage. I kind of prefer that, but let's see what else this gives me. It gives me a reduced enemy stun threshold, life regenerated per second at 1.7, 3 to my maximum energy shield, and 15 to cold resistance. Now, I believe I will be using this, especially because at the end, Mervale, the boss that I must fight, will be using a lot of cold damage. If you remember Diablo 2 and Endariel and the way she hit people with poison damage, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Going to her without at least some poison resist was usually a chore. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and identify this chainmail tunic, even though I can't use it with the strength. I'm going to do that just so I can get some better items off of selling it. And we'll go ahead and sell off our items. Alright, we have gone back, we've sold our items, and we're doing just a final bit of exploration. Going to move into the next waypoint here. Killing Woburn before we go. And I think that'll be a good point to stop for this one, having cleared a couple areas. Reclaim the Allspark for Optimus Prime. I'm sorry, All Flame for Fairgraves. What? I'm allowed to make the same reference more than once in a video. I can do that! Okay, maybe not. But anyway, the coves! Now here we are, and we can see that the coves... it doesn't have a waypoint though, does it? So what we'll do is we'll basically get through this area. We'll do some quick highlights of it, I think. This is kind of a dingy area, kind of droll. Fetid Shamblers, so we're running into newer enemies now, some zombies that can slow me down as I kill them. Rather interesting locale as well. Lots of bones in the area. Bones of large creatures you think really shouldn't be here. Could be whales, I suppose. I don't know. I don't want to speculate. The last thing I want to do is speculate that something could be out here ready to eat me. This place proving to be fairly straightforward. Not bad, not bad. Take out a few of these creatures. Run out of mana though, if I keep using my whirling blades there. Alright, and what are these? Is it birds? Okay, yes, apparently they love to impale birds around here. Suppose that's a warning? Say, hey, you better not fly here. If you're an adventurer, it's fine, because you're much bigger than a bird. We wouldn't dare impale someone like you. It's the impression I'm getting, anyway. You could say I'm
a gardener, clearing the weeds so that the crops may grow.
Garden on, preacher man, garden on. Yes, we have now hit a level So, that's going to be good. That will end us off at level 15 for this section. That's great. And I have a passive point to put down. So let's go ahead and get some area clear here before we do that. Alright. Oh. More things to kill before I do that. Kind of cool to be able to use the whirling blades and then the flicker strike. Basically, blades to get out, flicker strike to get back in. Definitely gives me quite a bit of mobility. I think that's what I'm liking about this set of skills and this build so far. Alright, are we done? Sheesh. Alright, maximum frenzy charges, +1. The next will allow it to last 18% longer. Still waiting on frenzy. It'll come. Really. It'll come, eventually. Someday. I hope soon. I really hope soon. Because those things will get my attack speed up. And I will be happy. I'm fairly certain it's going to be very nice. Then I can also flicker strike a lot. Well, it looks like we found the end. Very good. The Caverns of Wrath. And there we are. Right at the very beginning is the waypoint. That pretty much doesn't change. This is one of those areas, I believe the rest of it is going to be a bit more random, but the very beginning is almost always the same.
I should be more careful with my warnings. To you, they're a red rag to a bull. If you must take your chances with the siren, then have this. It may be of some help. And please, try to come back alive. Tarkley and I are getting used to having you around.
Ooh, excellent. I believe this is my first augment. Yes, it is. Fantastic. So I've got an increased critical damage, which is quite nice. That gives me a critical strike multiplier. Unfortunately, it requires more intellect than I have. It requires 24. You know what? I'm curious. I have 22. Wow. Very close. Now, if I continue along the paths I'm thinking, like, for example, I would like Mind Drinker to give me back mana, and I will want to go over here towards more claws, and of course over here, more critical strike, which means I should be picking up 1 or 2 intelligence nodes, especially if I come up here through assassination and this way. So I will definitely have enough to be able to use a critical strike multiplier, but for now I don't. Let's see what else I can do. I have Fork. Projectiles fork, but they do 30% less projectile damage. Now, if I remember right, Fork... Yes, Fork means if a projectile hits an enemy, then it will split off into 2 more projectiles after the initial hit. So if you've got something like Fireball, I hit an enemy with Fireball, all of a sudden 2 more Fireballs fly outwards. It's pretty cool, especially when combined with multiple projectiles. Other than that, I have added cold damage, adds 4 to 5 cold damage, 25% increased chill duration on enemies. That's pretty good. I could use that in this build, actually, because if I socket it to an ability that I use a lot, I can basically start to slow enemies down as I hit them with my special abilities. I am kind of tempted to go into increase critical damage, though. It would mean I'd have to pick up a intellect node before I really intended to. Let's just make sure that there isn't an intellect node that I could pick up right away. No, not right away, but I am heading this way, and to get Ghost Reaver I do need to pick up intellect. So that would make that work. And I could put the increased critical damage on another ability. See, here's kind of the problem. When we look at what I've got, I'll go ahead and hold down Alt so you can see all of my nodes here. I don't have any double green and double green linked. So before I had, I believe, the chess piece that had 2 green pieces, but they weren't linked. So to use these support gems, they have to be linked. So I could easily use a blue support gem, but of course, as we've seen, the problem is I just don't meet the requirements for that blue gem. I'm not using any projectile abilities, so Fork is not going to do me any good. So added cold damage is really the only one I could pick now and use, but again, I don't have the equipment for it. So increased critical damage is sounding pretty good. Now the thing that sucks about it though, of course, is I can't really level it, because as this gem levels, it would require more, I believe it would require more intellect as it goes along. So that means I might only be able to use it at level 1. But that's not too bad, because at level 1 it's a 53% increased multiplier. And now if we look at my character abilities, hold on, let me go there. Like, just to look at my regular melee attack, I've got a multiplier of 150. So that means if I crit, I'm doing 50% extra damage. With that level 1 support gem alone, an ability that I use would then do double damage if it crit. So if I did, say, Dual Strike, since that hits with both weapons, if it were to crit, I believe both weapons would, if it crits, both weapons crit, which means it does even more damage because I'm using 2 weapons, and then adding the crit multiplier to it would make it do even more. So this is definitely something I'm kind of torn on, because obviously cold damage is great because I can just slow things down, keep them from getting away, or I can basically slow them down so I can get away. So like, for example, I could put cold damage on whirling blades, so when I whirl through the enemy, they're all suddenly cold and they're slowed and I can get away. Now I could also take a little bit of a change into my build and get something like freeze, which gives me a 5% chance to freeze anything I hit with cold damage. See, now there's where the possibilities open up in this passive tree, and quite honestly what I'm doing is probably not the best. I'm basically flying by the seat of my pants here. I am trying to make a build as I go along with the items I pick up. I haven't done a lot of research, or really any, on all the skills that are available, or all the support gems that are available. I've just heard of a few of them through friends that play, so I have an idea of some of the stuff I can expect, but I haven't done a lot of research. The thing is, I just kind of wanted to pick up and play and see what I could do, and see if it's something that you could feasibly make a build on without doing too much like that. Because, let's face it, a casual player is probably not going to sit there and obsess over these skill trees and items. You know, it's really great that you could sit there and come up with this really awesome, unique build, but not everyone's going to do that. So it's looking so far like coming up with a build on my own isn't too bad. It's working to my advantage in a way. I do know some things that I can work with. And here's the thing, is you can always make another character. If you find abilities that you like and certain combinations you like, you can always make another character and then start leveling that character with a set path in mind later. But starting off doesn't look like it's too bad. I honestly probably wouldn't do this thing with the freeze because 5% really isn't a lot, but there's also something else to consider. Any elemental damage that you crit with causes an effect to occur. So with ice, if I crit with ice, even if I didn't have this chance to freeze, it would freeze. If I crit with fire, it has a chance to, or when I crit with fire, it would ignite. If you crit with lightning, it does shock. These are just abilities that the shadow has to increase your chances of doing that. So not only do I have the chance to crit, I have the chance to also do it innately. So there's a thought. I honestly think what I'm going to do is grab the increased critical damage, and once I'm able to hit a node for it, I will use it. So for now, though, it's going to go into my stash. There we go. And I will use it later. Alright, so what I got here is the Avenger's Large Life Flask of Animation. It grants me 49% of life recovery to minions, and it recharges 3 charges when I take a critical strike. Well, I don't have minions, so it's not really going to be that great for me. But it is a large flask, which gives 160 life, so I could easily replace one of these. Let me see, that has more charges. Well, I'll keep that as a secondary, and this gets charges back with crit, so that's a good thing there. So there we go, we'll use that. I'll continue to use this one as well. That's a standard, that's a standard. So at this point, we'll just go ahead and sell the last 2. And we are done here for the night for Path of Exile. Again, I am KageKaze, using a Claw Shadow and just pretty much winging it, as it were. So, by all means, take anything that I say and do with a grain of salt and don't take it as gospel, because I could very much end up with a very fail build. I've already died multiple times, but that was mostly due to flicker strike enemies. But it's there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.